Oh, so Wednesday morning, in the office, nice and early again. Just had a guy on the phone last night. I had a problem with my phone. My telephone's been, people have been ringing it and it's been getting somebody else's number, as if it was diverted to another number, but I didn't divert it, so I don't know what happened there anyway. Guy sent us a message about the 1929, I think it is, Morris Cowley Flat Rad we have for sale. Nice pre-war car, beautiful inside, a lovely car to be fair. Since he's had one or two before, and he wants to come up from Cumbria to have a look at it. Can you ring us early this morning? So I rang him and he said, well, I didn't expect you to ring us this early. Well, the fella saying, well, you sent us a message to say ring early, so I rang you early. But anyway, so we'll have a little bit of titivating to do this morning, so we'll have to probably put a bit of fuel in it and make sure the battery's charged up. But other than that, it's ready to go. Be a really nice car for somebody. I like that car. Lovely pre-war car. But yeah, we'll see what happens with this guy, see if he's interested or just a tyre kicker out for a day out. Seems a long way to come from Cumbria to kick a few tyres like, but there you go, we'll have to see. Construction wise today, got a bit of about to do, a few jobs to have a look at. In the workshop we've got the Gwyn to look at, because we've got people coming from Shropshire tomorrow to have a look at that. And the Mini's on the ramp, we're doing some wheel bearings. Again, you buy cars from an auction, don't just think that you can put that car on the road, because 9 times out of 10 you can't. Put that on the ramp last night, I'll show you in the workshops. Yes, it's had brand new brakes, yes, it's had brand new this and that, but they haven't been done right. Back wheel bearings have been tightened up too tight. My mechanic was saying an ordinary flat bearing, or it gets tightened up to a certain torque, and tapered roller bearing gets another torque, and these have been really over torqued so you can hardly turn them, and some of the needles on the rollers are flat. So new bearings, new brakes, but not done properly. So we've just arrived at the paint shop and we're going to pick up this Transit crew car, but dropped it off a week or so ago. See what sort of job he's made of it. Right, so there you go. So we're picking this up from the paint shop. It's had a little bit of drama here, a little bit of touch up on the body. Not a bad little thing. Transit pick up. Still got all the dust in off the paint shop. So what is the valet? Seats are missing because we took them out the valet. 70,000 miles shown. It won't be a bad little thing when it comes up for sale, this actually. It won't be expensive. Anybody wanting a cheap Transit twin wheel pickup, you know, if you've got any horses or a builder or anything really, it's not a tipper, but doesn't really matter, does it? So we've pulled a little flat rad Cowley out this morning, topped the fuel up, put the battery on charge. A bit of paperwork in there for a guys come to look at that. BSA Spitfire recreation. I'm going to polish this up. This is off to Matheson's auction. We've had no luck with motorbikes, to be fair. I just don't think we can reach the people that Matheson's can reach, if I'm honest. So we're going to try it in the auction, that and the little Suzuki 350, which again, just put my head around there, is a absolutely gorgeous bike that's had a fortune spent by the previous owner on it, but again we can't get the prices they can get, so off it goes to Matheson's. Morning, and it's nice and bright and early here in the office. It's Friday morning, and today we've got, who have we got coming? We've got a guy coming up to see us this morning. We had a couple of customers here yesterday, nice couple, really nice. They came up to view the Gwyn car that we had for sale. I've just sent an email this morning saying, thanks for the hospitality you showed us, but we decided not to go ahead with the purchase. And to be fair, I'd rather have that. If somebody comes and looks at the car, I'd rather they give us some feedback and, send us an email or ring us up and just say, look, Andy, it's not for us, or I think I can find another one, or, I'm not going to bother with the classic car job. It just makes it not like a sordid, seedy deal, if you know what I mean. It's like it takes that used car, second-hand car dealer, rubbing his hands off. So it just takes all that rubbish out of it. Like I keep saying, in a deal, two people have got to be happy. You've got to be happy selling it, and they've got to be happy buying it. Because if they're not, it doesn't work. And the couple yesterday, like I say, they came up, had a look around, had a cup of tea, looked around the museum, they looked at the car. He was more keen than her. Like I say, a lovely couple. And I got an email this morning, just opened it on the computer there, saying, sorry, the car's not for us. In fact, I don't think I'm going to bother with a vintage car at all. I've been looking through rose-tinted glasses. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people have got this perception about owning a veteran car or a vintage car or a classic car. And classic cars are a way of life. They're not just something you can enter into. We've got a member of staff here turning in late. She's got a massive commute, all of 10 feet from the house to the office, but she still can't manage to get in. Cup of tea, Ellie? Yeah. So yeah, the classic cars, they're not for everyone, and if I was brave enough, I would open a classic car hire business and let people just hire them, get them out the system, and then decide, do I want one or do I not? But I'm not brave enough, because we live in a society where the blame game's there all the time. You said this, you said that, I've seen this, you've done that. And it wouldn't work. You know what I mean? If there was a bit of honesty between two people and you said, look, you've took that car out, there's nothing the matter with the clutch, but you've burnt the clutch out. Come on, give us 400 quid, we'll put a new clutch in it and we'll call it a day. But it doesn't happen like that. But in the real world, I would love to have a classic car hire business and let people come, look around the museum, take the car off for the day, get it out the system, come back, have a cup of tea. Yes, I want to buy a car. No, I don't want to buy a car. And that would be the easiest way. Anyway, I'm waffling on a bit. I'm going to have a cup of tea and then I'm going to go up the garage. Well, it's better morning this morning. We picked that Transit up the other day from the paint shop. That'll be a nice little truck for somebody, 70,000 miles. It had a bit of drama on one of the doors. We'll put it through the workshops. Put some new tyres on it because the tyres are looking shabby on it. Service it, put it through the workshops. Tidy a bit of the paint up at the back. Not a bad looking thing. What we do need is a petrol cap for this. We are desperate for one. Anybody knows where there's one, please let us know, because I'm desperate. Right, we left this out last night. And the reason I left it out is it's been out all night and it's stone cold. We had somebody looking at this the other day, and this is a lovely car, absolutely gorgeous Morris Cowley Flat Radiator, but the oil pressure fluctuates on it. Now, it's had a full engine rebuild from John Coke down in Leicester way about 4 years ago, and then it's put in storage. We believe the engine's as fit as fire, but the oil pressure fluctuates, and to be fair, we've had half a dozen bull noses and flat rads, and some have a steady oil pressure, some have no oil pressure, and some fluctuate. And we've been on to the Morris Club, we've been on to experts, and they say it's just the nature of the beast. If you take the pipe off and there's oil coming out of it, don't worry. We took the pipe off and there's oil coming out of it. But what seems to happen is, some days you can get in it and the oil pressure will go off the gauge, and then other days it won't. So to me, that's a gauge, not a pump. Anyway, somebody rang up yesterday. I had somebody look at it 2 days ago and he was going to get back to us and he hasn't. But somebody rang up yesterday and said, what's it like? You know, is it a good runner? Does it start okay? So there you go. It's freezing cold. I'm going to get in and I'll have a look. I tell you what's lovely in here and all. What a nice environment this is for a car. These are on a foot starter, aren't they? So dynamo on. Dynamo on. Oh yeah, we put indicators on it, didn't we? Yeah. Start. Retard. We're in neutral. Nothing the matter with that. There's the oil pressure going as well. That's what I mean about this gauge. See, then it will come back down. Sometimes it goes right off the gauge, it's weird. Yeah, it's got oil pressure. So, I suppose that answers two questions to the two people who've looked at it recently. Yes, it does start nicely from cold. And the other guy was worried about the oil pressure, who hasn't got back to us. I wouldn't worry about the oil pressure, like I said. Yeah. There you go. Anyway, I'm going to finish my tea outside, open up and have a look and see what's to do inside. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at this oil pressure again, see what it's showing. Wouldn't surprise us if it was on nothing again, like, because it's a weird thing, but there you go. There we are. Yeah. So you've got oil pressure on tick over. It's just, I think it's a faulty gauge, you know, to be fair, but it's one of them things, we haven't had the time. I've got 40 cars. How can you look at 40 cars, you know, one man? It's impossible. Anyway, come and show the showroom. We were on cleaning this the other day. Ew. Because it's going to be mate's auction in Pickering, Matheson's. And also, I'm going to send this. This is another bike we've had pretty much zero interest on, and I am 100% amazed why we haven't had any interest on this bike. It's a lovely, lovely thing. It's a Suzuki 350 twin. It's a British one. By I mean British, it was imported into Britain. It's obviously been restored by the previous owner, and it's gorgeous. And I've seen ones like this sell for 3,500, 3,000. Not a patch on this, not a patch. You know, I think we'll put a £4,000 reserve on it. Well, you couldn't buy a scrap one for £3,000 and then put 1,000 and make it look like that anyway. So motorbikes are funny at the minute. Cars are funny at the minute. Again, not much response on the Velox. Probably, but stick my nose out, the best one in England. And it is. Look at it. It is the best. And if I don't sell it, I'm going to keep it. The same as all my cars. People say to me, I don't know why you buy that, or you don't know why you've bought that. They're not good sellers. I buy cars because I like them. And if I'm stuck with it, I don't care. If I knew Morgans were good sellers, and I could sell Morgans all day long, I wouldn't buy and sell them. And I'll tell you why, because I don't like Morgans. That's why I don't have them. So, anyway, that's me ranting on. I'm going to finish my tea before it's cold. Just going to go back and look at this again before I switch it off. Because yeah, still got oil pressure. Yeah, still showing there. All I seem to do in the morning is move vehicles around. That's what I seem to do. This transit will start. You got to press the clutch on them, haven't you? On the transits, put your phone down. Show it's in neutral. Oh god, flat battery, story of my life. And that one needs a jump. Please, oh please, oh please, do not have a flat battery. This one. Thank God for that. So remember, I'm on a private road, so if I'm filming when I'm driving, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's my own stupid fault if I crash into my gate or something else. So I've got someone coming this morning to see a couple of bits and pieces I've got, see what develops. And I'm trying to get ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow I've got the northeast. I think it's the northeast. Well, they're from the northeast, obviously. I wouldn't be coming here. The Northeast Hot Rod Club are coming for a look around the museum and bits and bobs. So we'll have to move a bit of gear about to get all them in, I would think. So we'll see how we get on with that one. Right, I'm just waiting for some customers to come. Coffee. I haven't had a lot of interest in this. I'm just going to pull the camera back. Fabric-bodied Austin 7. Now it's not the original body, well, not the original fabric, but I'm kind of thinking it's the original interior, and it's nice. Well, it's worn, or patinaed as they say, but it's nice. It's a nice little thing. Nice clean engine bay. Look at that. Nice. Obviously someone's turned it to a distributor by the looks of things down there, but why wouldn't you make it easy for yourself? Yeah, and not a lot of interest. And it's an early one and a rare one. What I did want to show you was this Singular Man Special. Now, I think I said earlier, I'm kind of holding it for a guy who bought a Singer Ray 4, start again alphabet, so a 4AB offers. But I sent him an email today, just saying, look, I'll hold it for a couple of more weeks, blah, blah, blah. I've had 3 phone calls on this car today. Nothing since I got it, although I haven't really advertised it. Nothing, you know, no firm interest apart from the guy with the Singer 4AB. And I've had 3 today. Isn't that weird? And one's really local to us. But there you go. Nice little car, that. Anyway, finish my coffee. And wait for these people coming. A bit further with the Mini. Changed the heater matrix because that was goose. Obviously, we've done the bit of dust out on the carpets. Lovely and bone dry down there now. We've had the dehumidifier in it. We took the carpets out, steam cleaned them and cleaned it. Anything else inside? Oh yeah, that trim. There was a trim missing around the headline, and so we've sourced the trim, put that in. That's a nice neat job. Doesn't have to tidy the outside up. What else? We've done the brakes, replaced the wheel bearings. The 2 rear wheel bearings were brand new but torqued up too much. In the boot there, we've sourced a new battery tray and a second-hand carpet, so that can really go back together, and we'll test drive it, valet it and put it up for sale. Lovely thing though, I'm really impressed with it. The bodywork underneath on the video is fantastic. The bodywork all over it is fantastic, but there's 2 bits of bodywork which I've got to be honest on my videos, because people come a long way to spot something, they're going to be disappointed. So the doors, there's a little tiny bit on the bottom of the doors. Now there's a scratch there, but there's a little tiny bit, and I don't think you can. Yes, you can. You can just feel it on the seam on the door, and it's on both doors. It's not much. I can show you it. I didn't even see it. It's tiny. Yeah. If it was me, I'd probably, well, we're nearly in the winter now, aren't we? I wouldn't take the doors off. I wouldn't strip the car down. Do you know what I mean? Because it doesn't need it. Them doors, you know, could last forever. But the rest of the car is so good, I'd probably source a new pair of doors from somewhere, or a new old stock, or a really, really, really good set of second-hand ones, or reskin the set. But you'd be able to source a good set of doors, and then I'd have them primed, and then I'd have them put on the car. So I'd buy them complete with the glass and everything. In fact, we had a set here, and I give them away more or less. So we'd do that, and then I'd get them into a paint shop and get them painted, and they'd probably blow into the wing and into the side to get a perfect match. And then you would have a really perfect car. But as it is, it's a good car. A lot better than some of them that's on the market, and a rare car, and perfectly acceptable. But I can pick faults on things because I do it every day, you know. And on the videos, I always like to be truthful, because if you're not, somebody's just going to come along and prove you wrong. So you far better say, look, it's got a mark here, a mark there, or this doesn't work, or that doesn't work, as far as I know, because it's difficult. Again, I get people coming on saying, I can't believe you didn't know this didn't work, the fuel gauge. And they say, mate, I've got, I can't remember, 40, 50, 60 cars at a time, you know, 25, 30 motorbikes. I don't know if everything works on them, you know, and I'm not an expert on everything, you know, so it is difficult. And also people have the perception again, like I keep going on about it, some of these cars are 120-year-old I sell. What do you expect? When your body gets to 50, it's ghost. So a car's no different, you know. When a car gets to 20 or 30, it's at its best. When it gets to 40, it's struggling. When it gets to 50, it's knackered. So there you go. Anyway, that's me waffling on. I'm going to finish my coffee again. Right, I've jumped back in this Morris Flat Rad, the one I said we had issues with oil pressure. And I've actually spoke to somebody today from the Morris Club, and they said exactly what the other guy I spoke to from the Morris Club said ages ago. If you've got any oil pressure on a Morris, you'll be okay. So it's 4 o'clock. I started this morning, I don't know, 8 o'clock. So the oil's got a chance to get cold again. So I'm going to fire it up and then just see if it goes back up again. I think this morning it was round about 2, wasn't it? So we'll fire it up anyway. Oh, there she lifts. She's more or less
weird. Again, is it that mechanical pull? I'm not so sure. I think it's to be a poly gauge. And when you speak to experts, they all seem to say the same thing. If you've got any oil pressure, you know, you're lucky. So there you go. So I'm going to drive again up this hill. I'm on private land, so don't worry. Let's see what that oil pressure does.